Shalom and welcome to another beautiful episode of our subscribers request series. One of my subscribers sent me this image, and in today's tutorial I'll be teaching you how to create this beautiful baby's gown. I'll be guiding you step by step, perfect for absolute beginners. This is a combined stitch of a chevron and a shell stitch, and this gown will fit a baby for 0 to 3 months. And in the course of the tutorial I'll be guiding how to make this bigger. And I'd love to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers and my channel viewers. Thank you for liking and sharing my tutorials. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel ZoeCrochetRE. Now, without further ado, get set all your margins and let's get started. And commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Proverbs 16 verse 3. Okay, we're going to start working, and these are the materials that we're going to need. We're going to need a scissors, a stitch markers, a darning needles, and a measuring tape to take a measurement. We're going to start, and my yarn is really very thin. It's a 3-ply yarn, 100% acrylic, and I'm working with a 2.5 meter size hook. I'll make the hook with this. I'll make the yoke with this, and we're going to start the starting chain. And this our starting chain is the chain that goes around the baby's neck without tightening the baby's neck. All right, it needs to be loose around the baby's neck. Nevertheless, I'm going to recommend some measurements on the screen, so keep on working. Yep, I've just completed my chains, and I did a total of 63 chains, and this measures 28 centimeters. And now in each of those chains, we're going to make a single crochet. So from the second chain from your hook, insert your hook, you have 2 loops on your hook, make a single crochet, insert your hook to the next chain, yarn over, pull through, you have 2 loops, yarn over and pull out 2 loops, that's a single crochet. Into the next chain, you're going to make a single crochet, and you're going to repeat making 1 single crochet in each stitch all across your chain. Alright, so keep on working. Here we have completed our single crochet row. At the end of this row, we have a total of 62 stitches. You're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. This chain 2 is going to stand for our first double crochet. Turn your work, and into the next stitch, you're going to make a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, you have 3 loops in your hook, pull out 2 loops, and yarn over, pull out 2 loops. That's a double crochet. Now the chain 2 gives us 1 stitch, double crochet gives us 1 stitch. Into the next stitch, we're going to make an increase. We're going to make 2 double crochet in the same stitch, 1 and 2. Into the next stitch, you make 1 double crochet. In the next stitch, you make number 2 double crochet, and then into the third stitch, you're going to make an increase. You make 2 double crochet into the same stitch, 1 and 2. Good. You're going to repeat this same sequence all the way around, making 2 double crochet and increase, and yep, I'll meet you for the next part of our work. Here we have completed our number 1 of double crochet row. At the end of this row, we have a total of 82 stitches. And now we're going to start the next row. You're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. This chain to stand for our first stitch. Yarn over into the next stitch. You're going to make the second double crochet. Yarn over into the third stitch. You're going to make the 3rd double crochet. And now into the 4th stitch, you're going to make an increase. You're going to make 2 double crochet into that 4th stitch. And we're going to repeat this same sequence. So you make 1 double crochet into the 2nd stitch, you make number 2, into the 3rd stitch, you make the 3rd, and now into the 4th stitch, you make an increase. You make 2 double crochet into the same stitch. You're going to repeat this sequence and I'll meet you at the end of this row, making 3 double crochet and increase, 3 double crochet and increase. We get at any of this our chain 2 here, we have to work in the stitch. So I'm going to make a double crochet, and now since I have 1, 2, 3, I'm going to make an increase there. I'm going to make 2 double crochet there, that last stitch. We're going to start the next row. You're going to chain 2 and turn, and this is our first double crochet. Into the next stitch, you make number 3, and then you make number 2. Into the next stitch, you make number 3. Into the next stitch, you make number 4. Here we have a total of 4 stitches. and into the next, the 5th stitch. Now you make an increase, make 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, and we're going to put the sequence all through this row, making 4 double crochet and increase, 4 double crochet and increase. And here we have completed row number 3. We're going to start row number 4. You're going to chain 2 and turn your work. Of course, we are not counting the single crochet rows, we're counting just the double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to be making 5 double crochet and an increase. So this is 1, yarn over and make number 2 double crochet, into the next stitch make number 3 double crochet, into the next stitch you make number 4 double crochet, and into the next stitch you make number 5. We have 5 double crochets, and into the next stitch, now the 6th stitch, we're going to make an increase. We're going to make 2 double crochet into that same stitch. We're going to repeat the same sequence, making 5 double crochet and increase, 5 double crochet and increase, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. So keep on working. Okay, we're going to begin our 5th row and 1, 2, turn your work, and here we're going to make 10 double crochets and an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We have 10 double crochets. Into the next stitch, we're going to make an increase, 2 double crochet in the same stitch. Good. We're going to repeat the sequence all through this row, making 10 double crochet and an increase, and yep. So keep on working. Right now we're going to start row number 6. You're going to chain 2 and turn. This time around we're going to be making 12 double crochet and an increase. Alright, 12 double crochet. So yeah, this is 1, number 2, number 3, and 12. Here we have 12 double crochet. Into number 13 stitch, we're going to make an increase, 1 and 2. We're going to repeat this sequence all through this round, making 12 double crochet and an increase, and yep. So keep on working. At the end of row number 6, your work should be looking like this. Now this is where we're going to check our armhole depth to see if we need more rows, or we're going to stop. And here we go, we already have our 8 centimeters. For 0 to 3 months we are done, no more increases. Now in case you are doing for a bigger size, and I want to mention that you must not do all of these rows. You need to take into consideration the size, the thickness of my yarn, and my crochet hook. So while you're working, as you're working, you're taking your measurement. All right, now in case you need more rows, all you do is, since we ended here with 12 double crochet and an increase, you're going to make 13 double crochet and increase. If you need another, you go 14 double crochet and increase, you go 15, and you're just going to go on progressively like this until you get to your armhole depth. It's very important to succeed this part. Now the next part of our work, we're going to go ahead and partition our sleeves. Good. You can see here when I had to insert my stitch markers, I'm going to explain what I just did here. I went ahead and counted all of my stitches. All of my stitches give me 163 stitches. I divided the 163 stitches by 5. All right, and the number that it gave me is 32. Now the 32 will go for both of my sleeves. One sleeve will have 32 stitches and the other sleeve will have 32 stitches. All right, that gives me 64 stitches. Now 64 minus 163, I'll be left with 99 stitches. 99 stitches. So you can see that the 99 is not an even number, right? So I'm going to prioritize the back. So I'm going to give 49 for the front and 50 will go for the back. This is my back. From here to here is one part of my back, and this is the second part of my back, and the front now has 49 stitches. That's because I don't have an even number. But if you have an even number, it means here will be the same and here will be the same. One stitch cannot really spoil your dress. All right, so that's just how I do my calculations, and you'll do the same thing. The same number of stitches you have divided by 5, the number it gives you, that's going to be the number of both of your sleeves. And once you do that, you calculate that, the remaining stitches you have is you're going to divide it for the front and the back. Good. Now it's time for us to partition our work. So we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. That stands for our first stitch, and turn our work and yarn over into the next stitch, a double crochet, and into the next stitch, a double crochet. You're going to make a double crochet, and I'll make your half a stitch marker, and just take away the stitch marker. And here we have our 25 stitches. We're going to go ahead and create our first sleeve. You're going to go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Skip all of the stitches, and you're going to insert your hook after the stitch marker. So yarn over and insert your hook in the stitch after, and insert your hook here in the stitch after the stitch marker, and make a double crochet. And here we go, we have created our first sleeve. And now into the next stitch, you make a double crochet and a double crochet into the next stitch. You're going to keep on working, and I'll make a total of 49 stitches here, and I'll meet you here. Now I have my 49 stitches. Go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. We must always have the same number of chains as we had in the first sleeve. You're going to go ahead and skip all of these 32 stitches, and insert a hook in the stitch after the stitch marker, and make a double crochet. And here we go, we've created our second sleeve, and into the next stitch you make a double crochet. I make a double crochet onto the end of the row. So keep on working. After a joining row, we should have something like this. We're going to go ahead and start the next row. I already started, so I did a double crochet all through, and I want to show you how you're going to work when we get under the arm here where we did 3 chains. Just go there and make 3 double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. We have a 3 double crochet there, yarn over and just go into the next stitch now and make a double crochet. Into the next stitch you make a double crochet, and you're going to repeat making a double crochet, and when you get here you make 3 double crochets. Work it exactly here, and I'll meet you for the next part of our work. And I'll meet you for the next part of right. So keep on working. Another very important measurement to look out for is your chest measurement. So I have 22 centimeters. So at the end of this row, if you think you don't have 22 centimeters, you're going to add 1 more chain here. You chain 4 on both sides or 5 on both sides, but you must have this chest measurement. That's a proof that the chest will fit the baby. All right, so go ahead and make 1 more row of double crochet, and I'll meet you for the next part of our work. All right, so you can choose to make 2 on 1 more row. Just go ahead and make 1 more row of double crochet, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. We just completed our 2 rows of double crochets, and now we're going to join both ends in that chain 2 space. Just insert your hook there. Go there, insert your hook and slip stitch, and here we go. And just turn your work and chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. This chain 3 already stand for our first stitch, and we are ready to start the next row. Yep, and this will give us at least 11 centimeters. Okay, in that yep, so I changed my hook to a 3-meter size hook. In that same stitch we did the chain 3, we're going to start there. This work is going to work on the right side. You need to check that this is the right part of your work. Check this is the rough side. So in that same stitch, go back there and make a double crochet. You're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. In that same stitch, you're going to make 2 more double crochet. 1 and 2. Good. Next, yarn over. You're going to skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then to the 4th, you're going to make 2 double crochet plus chain 2 plus 2 more double crochet in the same stitch. This is a shell stitch. show you one more time. Yarn over and skip 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and into the 4th stitch you make a shell stitch, which consists of 2 double crochet plus chain 2, 1 and 2, plus 2 more double crochet in the same space. You're going to repeat this sequence on number 2. You skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th stitch you make a shell stitch. And like at the end of this first round, I have 4 stitches left here. I'll just allow those 4 stitches and insert my hook on the top of that chain. Insert a hook on the top of that chain and I'll slip stitch. Good. Now we're going to start. Here we're going to make a chevron stitch. You're going to slip stitch, insert your hook on that first double crochet and slip stitch there. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. This chain 3 represents our first stitch, our first double crochet. Come into this yarn over and come to this chain 2 space, and you're going to make a shell stitch in there with 2 double crochet plus chain 2, 1 and 2, plus 2 more double crochet in that same space, 1 and 2. Good. Yarn over. You're going to work on that first double crochet and good. And you are going to skip this last double crochet. So we are always going to skip the first, work on the second, and now see we have 1, 2, 3 stitches on the side, and we also have 3 stitches on this other side. Now you're going to come and work in this shell stitch, and here you're going to just make a shell stitch. So you're going to make 2 double crochet plus 2 double crochet plus chain 2 plus 2 double crochet in the same space. Good. Now in the next shell stitch we're going to make the chevron. So yarn over. You are always going to skip the first. You're always going to skip the first double crochet, and you always start working the second. So insert your hook in the second and make a double crochet. And now you find yourself in a chain 2. Go there and make a shell stitch. Make 2 double crochet plus chain 2 plus 2 more double crochet into the same space. And now yarn over and make 1 double crochet here, and you don't work here, and you see you have 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, a chain 2, exactly as we had in the beginning here. And now in the next shell you're just going to make a shell stitch, which consists of 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 more double crochet. And this is just what you're going to repeat. So if you make a chevron, a shell stitch, a chevron and a shell stitch, you come here and you repeat this here. Okay, we're going to end this round. You're going to just slip stitch in that third you're going to slip stitch in that third chain, and we're going to begin the third round. We are just going to be repeating this sequence. You always keep the first stitch. Our first stitch is a chain 3, and you slip stitch in the second. So just go there and slip stitch on the second stitch, and you always start working on the second stitch. Go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. This chain 3 represents our first stitch. Yarn over and into the next double crochet, make a double crochet. You see that now we have a 2 now. 1, 2, we started here with 1. Yarn over and go into that chain 2 space and make a shell stitch, make 2 double crochet plus chain 2, 1 and 2, plus 2 more double crochet in the same space. Good. Yarn over on that double crochet, you make a double crochet. Yarn over on the next, you make a double crochet, and you always keep the last stitch. You don't work on it specifically. Now yarn over. The next is a shell stitch. It remains a shell stitch. So just make it 2 double crochet, your chain 2 and 2 double crochet into the same space. Yarn over. Next is a chevron. Always skip that first stitch. Skip the first stitch and start working in the second. You make a double crochet. Into the next, you make a double crochet. Yarn over. In the chain 2 space, you make a shell stitch, which consists of 2 double crochet, chain 2 plus 2 more double crochet in the same space. And yarn over. In that first double crochet, you make a double crochet. Yarn over. In the second, you make a double crochet, and you skip the last one. You don't work in it. You yarn over and come in the next and make your shell stitch, which consists of 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. And now if you want to check your work, we have the same thing. 3 3 4 4. We have 4 here and 4. So this is the only thing you're going to repeat all through this round and on each end of this round. So keep on working. And we're going to always end our rounds the same way. Slip stitch on the third chain. And you skip this first stitch. You go in the second double crochet, you slip stitch there. And start working there. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. And make a double crochet into the next stitch, a double crochet into the next stitch, and now in that chain 2 space you make a shell stitch, which consists of 2 double crochet plus chain 2 plus 2 more double crochet in the same space. Yarn over. You make a double crochet in that double crochet, a double crochet in that double crochet, and double crochet in that double crochet. You always skip the last stitch. And now check this. We had 3 here, 4, and now we have 5. 1 2 3 4 5. We always have the same stitches on both sides. 5 here, 5 here, 4 here, 4 here, 3 here, 3 here. That's how we are increasing. And next is a shell stitch. It stays constant. Just make a shell stitch in the 2 double crochet plus chain 2 plus 2 more double crochet. Next is a chevron stitch. Yarn over. Always skip the first stitch. Start working from the second and make a double crochet, a double crochet, and in the third a double crochet. And in the chain 2, make 2 double crochet plus chain 2 plus 2 more double crochet in the same space. And yarn over. You work in that first double crochet, yarn over. You work in the second double crochet, you work in the third double crochet. No, we do not work in the last stitch. See, and you come into the next, it's a shell stitch. You just maintain your shell stitch and you chain 2 and make 2 more double crochet. And this is just everything we're going to repeat. You see the shape, right? So you see we have 3 4 5. So as long as we keep on building our work, that's how our work will be growing. And we have been working, and this is what our work kind of looks like. You see, I told you that we're going to be doing increases, right? So I've been doing my increases, and I stop here on 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. I stopped on 10 on both sides, 10 here, 10 here. So I did increases for a total of 7 rounds. After number 7 round, from number 8 round, just kept on doing 10. So I stopped doing the increases. Now I'm going to teach you how you're going to stop doing your increases. I'm going to teach you 2 things here: how to stop doing the increases and how to change your color for the person who wants to change color. I'm not going to fasten up my yarn because I'm going to need it for the next row. Just keep it here. So you're going to insert your hook in there. Just insert. And this is a new yarn. Bring it here. Just yarn over and bring that inside. just pull it and pull that black tail so that it fasten off wall. Go back in that stitch and just make a single crochet. This single crochet stands as a chain 1, so you're going to just chain 2 more, and this represents your first stitch. So this is just how I do my changing of colors, and I'll make a stitch. When we get here, remember when we're doing the increases in here, we're doing 2 double crochets, right? Because we stopped doing the increases in here, we're going to make just 1. You see, make just 1 double crochet, 1, and go ahead and chain 2, 1 and 2, and go back there and make 1 more double crochet. And now you're going to go by the next stitch now, and you're just going to be making your double crochets. This is going to stop the increases, and this is going to stop the dress from fanning out too much. But if you want to go ahead and just be doing increases after every round, just go ahead. And it's the same thing, we always stop here and you just repeat our shell stitch as normal. I just wanted to show you how it worked here. You can see this is just 1, this is just 1, this is just 1. So this is where we stop doing the 2. You see, from here we're doing 2, right? We have 1 2 1 2 and the chain 2. From here now we have just 1 1 and the chain 2 1 chain 2 1. So this shows it. So come here and just make your shell. The shell stitch remains constant. The shell stitch remains constant. You see, it remains constant. The only thing we change here is here. So we put this in the middle next part of our work. So this is our last round. I just want to show what we're going to do here. When you get in here, you're going to make 2 double crochet. Right. This is just for the last round. This is just to give you the. I love doing borders to my dresses. This is my kind of border for this one. So we just do 1 2 double crochet. That's just everything we're going to be doing for this last round. So it's going to help. See, comes out very well. And yep. And now I'm going to do a clean up row. I switch back to my 2.5, the hook I used in making this part, my dress. So just insert your hook down. And I'm starting from this side because I want it to be, I want the single crochet to face the right side. We're going to work in the spaces, you see. Just go there, make 2, go inside there, make 2 single crochet. 1 and 2. See, we're going to work in bit here. So just go in there, you make 2 single crochet there. And then to give us a beautiful clean edge. We're going to repeat this. So you're just going to repeat this all around. You do this everywhere. You come up here, you make a single crochet around. You come up here and you're going to fasten off your yarn here. Alright, so here you're going to make just 1 single crochet in each of those stitches. So go all around the single crochet, you fasten off your yarn, you put in your buttons, and that'll be that. And there we go. This is a beautiful dress. Thank you so very much for working with me. I just went ahead and inserted this my beautiful star. I have the tutorial this time on my channel. I'll be leaving the link to this style in the comment section, description box below, and I stitching. Yep. And I'm sewing my buttons. We're just going to use one of those rows. You see, the double crochet rows. And here we go. And thank you so very much for requesting this tutorial. It was such a beautiful adventure. And we have a total of 19 rounds. And if you're still at home mom like me, I encourage you to work from home, and I pray God blesses the work of your hands. And if you too have an image you want to work on, kindly send me the image via WhatsApp, and by the grace of God we're going to work about that. I'll meet you in the next tutorial. Till then, God bless us and keep us and prosper the work of our hands. Shalom.